Welcome to the Ogles channel. Thanks for watching today. And it is the end of the year, which means we are ready for the top 5 games of the year for 2024. Now, I'll openly admit I didn't play every game this year, and I don't think there's anybody out there who could actually say that they have. But there's a lot of big games I missed out on. I didn't play AstroBot. I didn't play Black Myth Wukong. I didn't play Metaphor Refantasio. There's a lot of games out there I did miss, but there's also a lot of games out there that I didn't miss. And so these are just simply my top 5 games that I played this year that also came out this year. I'll do a separate list of the top 5 retro games I played this year, because I do play a heck of a lot of retro games on the channel. But before we dive too far into my list here, what is your favorite game of 2024? Let me know in the comments down below. If I haven't played it yet, I'll do my best to check it out at some point or another, because hey, I'm always down for a really fantastic game. But let's go ahead and get started on my top 5 games 2024. And I know I said top 5, but I'm going to do an honorable mention here because I really did enjoy this game, but it was just simply broken for the most part when I played through it, because I did play through it on the Switch because I was traveling at the time, and that's going to be Another Crab's Treasure. It was a really fun Souls-like game, had some pretty unique mechanics about it, like always trying to find the best shell to put on when it comes to different boss battles or different landscapes that you're exploring, because every shell had a different defense, but also special moves attached to it, and also the sense of humor was a refreshing take for a Souls-like game, which are usually a pretty dark lore as you're exploring the terrain. But overall, Another Crab's Treasure, I played on the Switch. It was mostly glitchy and broken when I played through it, but I still powered all the way through the game, which is a testament for how fun the game actually is. And I've heard a lot of that stuff has been fixed at this point, and it's even more flawless on like the PS5 or on the PC. So if you're not giving Another Crab's Treasure a go, it's going to be my honorable mention for the list. Now let's go ahead and jump into number 5 here. Now number 5, I'm going to put Nintendo World Championship. And I know a lot of people did not care for this game, and if you're just playing the multiplayer, I agree, it's not that great of a game. But the single player for this was truly addictive to me. I'm a retro gamer at heart. I've been playing these NES games since I was a very small child. I think we got the NES when I was 3 or 4 years old, and so these games are definitely down my alley, and having to go through them and just practice small bits of them and get like the absolute fastest speed run I could on them, and just trying to figure out like where I could cut, you know, just a split second off my time in order to get the mushroom a little bit faster, or to take out the dragon and Zelda a little bit faster, or just even playing Balloon Kid on there, or Balloon Fight, sorry, Balloon Kid's on the Game Boy. Just stuff I really hadn't played a whole lot, playing through on here. It was just a ton of fun, always trying to get the fastest score possible, get that S rank on all of them, and then even playing the World Champion ranking every week. I never actually won any of them, but hey, it was fun to participate in it. And even the multiplayer, like I said, it wasn't the best, but I still had fun the couple times I did play multiplayer. But the single player really did pull me in, and I sank a good number of hours into Nintendo World Championship. Not enough hours to be above number 5, but definitely a lot of hours for the year. Now, number 4, I never like to do this on the list, but I can't help but do it. It's going to be a mobile game. It's going to be the Pokemon trading card game Pocket, because this game here, like, it completely sucked me in this year. Like, when it first came out, I was like, maybe not. It's a mobile game. I did enjoy the Game Boy version of Pokemon trading card game. I'm not really sure if I'm going to go full force on the mobile game. But I'm telling you, I got into it. I love the battle system of it. I love the collecting the cards. I love looking at like the little card animations on them. Like when you get a special card, you get like a full-blown animation, like on the Pikachu card, or the Mew card, or the Charizard card. Those are just fantastic animations, but just also like trying to do all your daily missions, actually like try to complete different sets and different themes, and also building a deck. I have to say, like, I have put way too many hours in the Pokemon trading card game Pocket, and I'm constantly looking forward to when the next event is going to come out, or the next contest is going to come out, or the next expansion pack is going to come out. I know we have one dropping this week. Actually, when I put this video out, the expansion will already be out, the Mew expansion. And also, we have another expansion coming out in January. So they are constantly updating the game, and I'm telling you, I have been thoroughly sucked into it. And I never thought I'd say it about a mobile game, but I truly do love this game. Now for third place, we're actually getting into more of the AAA games here that are going to be taking the crown for the Game of the Year. And in third place, I'm going to put The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Now, if you watch the channel much, it should be no secret that I love The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the original one on the Game Boy, the remake that came out on the Switch, even like the other ones that were on the Game Boy, Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons. I love like that style of Zelda and that universe of Zelda. And so the idea that they're going to revisit, or that they have revisited it for Echoes of Wisdom. And yes, I know it's not the exact same like gameplay as, you know, playing as Link, because you're playing as Zelda, and you have your wand here where, you know, you're actually creating or summoning different objects that you can use to manipulate the environment, or have different enemies that you can summon to fight for you. I don't know, like when I play like Diablo or the Path of Exile or like the Souls games, I love the ability to have the mage character and have the ability to summon a warrior or summon a monster to fight for me, or a pet. And so like the idea that I could summon any monster I've pretty much defeated in this game to fight alongside of me, I mean, it was pretty fantastic. And the ways you could like manipulate the environment, like you could pretty much go anywhere you wanted to in the game if you just simply thought creative enough on like how to get over there. Like at the very start of the game, you could almost go to the very end of the game sections and go ahead and, you know, sort of get some of the extra summons from that area. And you could like have the best summons in the game almost at the start of the game. And I don't know, I truly did love how you could just basically break the game. I don't know, I just felt like the game really thought outside the box a little bit. And I do love the art style for it. The soundtrack was fantastic. A wonderful Zelda entry. And to me, one of the best Zelda games on the Switch. I'm just more of a fan of this style of Zelda than like the open world, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. This is more my style of Zelda. And I feel like for a lot of older players out there, this did resonate more with them. Now in second place, I'm going to put a game I actually have not finished yet. I was late to the party on getting this game. I actually got it as an early Christmas present from my parents. And it's going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now, I adored Final Fantasy VII Remake, the storyline for it, the combat in it, just everything about the game. Oh, and the soundtrack. The soundtrack was fantastic for Remake. But Rebirth just simply takes everything I liked about the first game and just takes it up one more notch to be a little bit better for the second game. I feel like the storytelling is just a little bit tighter in the second game. The combat is just as good as it was in the first game, maybe a little bit better combat, you know. I don't know, I'm so used to the combat in the first game, transferring over to the second game, it just felt so natural. But the combat, you know, is wonderful. The storyline is wonderful here. The cutscenes are just another level. They were really good in the first game, but this one just felt like they were more intense, more emotional. And I don't know, I've really gotten into the storyline for Rebirth just a little bit more than I did in the first game. And I have not played the original Final Fantasy VII. I know like that's blasphemy to a lot of retro players out there, but I didn't have a PlayStation when the first Final Fantasy came out. Or I'm sorry, Final Fantasy VII came out, the original one. I was an N64 family, and so like when I finally did get to PlayStation, I was a little bit behind on catching up on some of the Final Fantasy games. And I guess it's really not true I didn't play it at all. I probably threw like a third of the game, which roughly covered the events of Remake. So all the stuff that's happening in Rebirth, and I know it's a different timeline and stuff like that, but it's all brand new to me, and I am really enjoying the experience on that. And like I said, I've not finished the game, so there's a chance it could, you know, go down in the list here if they did something majorly wrong, like, you know, hours into the game, but I can't imagine that happening, and so I have really enjoyed it. And so for second place, it is going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And also the soundtrack. I did mention the soundtrack. The soundtrack is also just as high quality it was in Remake, and there are some songs that are borderline taking over my favorite Final Fantasy songs in general. But let's go and move on into the first game of the year, or my number one game of the year. And I know there's going to be some debate on this, but hey, if the Game Awards could nominate it, I can choose it as my game of the year, and that's going to be Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. If you watch the channel at all, you know I love all From Software games pretty much, and I really did love Shadow of the Erdtree. I did personally feel like this DLC was better than the base game itself, because I really enjoyed the extra lore that expanded on it. I enjoyed the bosses, the environments of the DLC, to me, had a much more of a darker feel to it, almost more like Bloodborne. And I just felt like the DLC really pulled everything I enjoyed about the first game and just took it to a higher level of enjoyment for me, and just dove a little bit deeper into the aspects I enjoyed most in the base game. And I know some people will say, like, it's a DLC, it's not a full game, it can't win your game of the year, but it was a $40 game, and it was longer than the majority of the AAA games that came out this year. And to me, it is well deserving of a game of the year, because it is a full game pretty much in and of itself. And if I could just simply load up Shadow of the Erdtree and not have to play through the rest of Elden Ring, I certainly would load up Shadow of the Erdtree just to play through it again, pretty much as soon as I finished it the first time. But you do have to play through the base game, and that's not to say I don't like the base game. I love Elden Ring pretty much every way. I just simply wanted to go through Shadow of the Erdtree all over again as soon as I finished it. I liked the upgrade system, I liked the little extra combats that you had, and like I said, the lore and the overall atmosphere, fantastic every single way. But that is my game of the year, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. You probably predicted it when you loaded the video up here. But like I said, what is your game of the year for 2024? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos listed up above, and go out there, find a great game to play. Simply have a great rest of the day.